Hi, welcome back to Two Kims.
One
I'm your
pod.
first Kim. I'm Peter Kim.
And I am your last Kim, Unji Kim.
And thank you for tuning into the final podcast of the world. Welcome back. I am in a bit of a hole, if you will, with
Hole?
the Korean community. I
Okay.
have Koreans, namely South Koreans, coming into my DMs calling me a traitor, calling me, yep, a bastard, um, 개새끼, like they are really not happy with me.
A bastard. No good. Son of a. Are you
Son of
kidding
a
me?
dog.
Why? Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys don't know what's happening in this last week, there is a war going on, mainly on X and on other socials between Southeast Asians and
Okay.
South Koreans. And
Okay.
the Southeast Asians are labeled SEA blings, like
Okay.
siblings.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is everyone, maybe minus Indonesia, but everyone in that Southeast Asian uh, kind of region, Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia, um, et cetera, et cetera, Cambodia, Vietnam. So the issue is in the last week, there was a K-pop concert in Malaysia called Day Six. Day Six is a group, K-pop group, and they had a concert in Malaysia. And this Korean national was sneaking in like a huge telephoto lens into the concert,
Okay.
which is not allowed apparently. But he, strong armed his way in and started taking pictures, and people started getting mad, and he got kicked out. And he then went on the Korean net or netizens and started saying all this shit, and people started like really coming to his defense, like the Koreans, being like,
Mm-hmm.
"Fuck these guys, these Southeast Asians. They're animals. They're apes. The fucking monkeys, dark skinned motherfucker." Yeah, they were going full racism, and then Southeast Asian, and these are K-pop fans, right? K-pop
Right.
and K-drama are buttressed
Huge.
up by Southeast Asia. It's like their
Yes.
number one market. And now
Yes.
they're saying, fuck you, boycott K-pop, boycott K-drama. All you are is America 2.0. You fucking racist supremacists.
Yeah.
All you are is K-plastic. Um, you all you do is kill yourselves. You're obsessed with money and class and blah blah blah. And they are now at war with each other. And South Koreans are saying you're less than, you are poor, you're monkeys, like things that white people say about people of color.
Right.
It's basically that. It's whites versus people of color, but Koreans are acting like whites. And
Yes.
now there's like a huge war it, on the internet because of this. And K netizens, you know how netizens are. They are
Yes.
brutal. And these Southeast Asians are calling South Korean culture out as being so toxic, horrible to women, rape culture, et cetera, et cetera.
Wow.
Now, yes. Now, of course, I couldn't sit idly by. I had to run my damn mouth.
Of course.
And I came, basically, I did a like subversion post. Basically, I was just like, oh, Southeast Asian, you say we're like this, blah blah blah, and then I added more fuel to the fire, as in like, and you're saying that all we do is uphold the fucking corporatocracy, and LG and Samsung rule our country, and we're bringing witches and shamans into the blue house. This is what you say, huh? You know what? I have one thing to say to you. I agree, and that has gone uber viral,
Has it?
more than 4 million views.
Oh my God, Peter.
I've done 3 follow-up videos. They're all encroaching upon 750, 800K.
Okay. Is this on TikTok?
TikTok and Reels. And
Okay.
it is, it's gone to the point where like, oh, I hit a nerve.
Yeah.
And I'm getting mostly Southeast Asians coming into my comment section, um, saying, "Thank you for like speaking the truth. You're the only Korean we trust. Blah blah blah. Like, please come to Malaysia and live here. Like, we'll protect you." And then they're getting very like it was mostly positive comments. Some I will say in a language I can't read. I don't know what they're
Sure,
saying,
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I assume it's nice. But because the way I structured that video, there are some people who are commenting before getting to the end of the video.
Oh my God, I'm seeing it. Yes, 4.1. Crazy.
Insane.
Peter.
Are you on my TikTok?
Yeah, yeah.
Look at the other one. Like, I have follow up videos
Uh-huh.
that are like insanely. I mean, I've never, not one comedy video I've ever posted has ever gone this viral. Like, truly. That's the most embarrassing part of all this. But anyway, so now people are coming, Koreans are finding this and coming into my DMs saying, like, how dare you as a Korean betray your own people? You should be siding with
Betray.
us. Yeah, I'm like,
Siding.
siding? What the fuck? Like, why would I side with someone who is being toxic? I just don't understand. Like, you're calling them names and being racist and being Korean supremacist, and you want me to be like, yeah, you're right. Like,
I
I
mean,
don't.
this is good German vibes. Like, what are you talking about?
Very much, it's Korean nationalism,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
nazionale,
Yes, 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 yes.
and that it just feels gross, and so disgusting, especially to these people who are your migrant workers. Like, they are
Correct.
coming to Korea and affording whoever the upper crust class is a life that they are living because people are doing the fucking manual work that you don't want to do. Same
Sure.
as America, right?
Yes.
So, and then, so it's a very similar situation happening with ICE here. And, like, not the fact that they're, go have like a military presence for migrants, but it's the beginning of this, like, kind of like racial color class divide that was always present, but now because of this war, it's becoming a actual sticking point, and
Mm-hmm.
people are realizing, like, oh, you need my Malaysian dollars, you need my Indonesian dollar, you need my Thai dollars, or else the whole Korean Hallyu, or Korean, like, soft
Cultural
power
wave.
of
Yeah, yeah,
cultural
yeah.
export doesn't have a real way of being supported, because that's your number one customer base. And so now they're realizing, oh, let's all fucking boycott. And I think it's becoming now, Koreans are starting to understand, like, whoa, 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 what's happening? Like, if these countries boycott our product, our national product that we put officially within the government, have hundreds of millions of dollars put aside for the Ministry of Culture or whatever it is that they
Mm-hmm.
they have to, and we've covered all of this,
Right.
to proliferate the Korean soft power around the world.
Right.
Now they're realizing, oh, I have a choice, maybe I won't, and they're now choosing to only support C-pop, SEA pop, which is Southeast Asian countries with their own pop music and pop culture.
Right.
Anyways, so
So this has been about 5 days, about a week of this, four
about a week,
days.
about a
Okay.
week, and it is right now blowing the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm seeing like the news coverage
Uh huh.
has kind of been, it's like there were just like sort of like more tangential outlets covering it 4 days ago, and now it's kind of making its way across more of the,
Mainstream.
yeah. So
Yep.
is that conversation occurring inside of the netizenry in Korea
Like, within
only
themselves.
within themselves? Or is it also happening?
Oh no, it's happening mostly on Twitter,
Okay,
which is everybody.
sure.
But
But
the
is it
K
happening at
nets,
all? Is it
it.
happening also IRL? Like inside of the culture?
What do you mean?
Because like
Like, are
there's
they talking about it on, like, morning news shows or something?
sure, sure, yeah, yeah.
No, I don't think Korea is. As far as I know, I don't think South Korea as a country is reporting on this.
Sure.
Like, it's the
Okay.
rest of us that are reporting.
Hmm.
It's kind of like how these ICE raids are being covered by like other countries' news stations, but not ours.
Right. Not by Fox.
Yeah, it's very that.
Okay.
So it is a very interesting kind of like pivotal point
Is the
in the
Korean like conversation still like there is no dissenting voices inside of the Korean netizenry? It's
I think
just
there
Peter
are.
Kim?
No, no, no. I think there are, but I don't see it. Like
Okay.
there's a couple of like so from the comments that I'm getting from Koreans that are like, "Hey, I support this,"
Hmm.
is all like Gyopo Koreans.
Sure.
Being like, I'm Korean American, I'm Korean Brazilian, I go through this too, blah, blah, this is wrong. Like, we shouldn't be like this, blah, blah. But Korean nationals have come into my DM dragging me.
Wow.
And this is the craziest part. There are, I don't know how much of a joke this is, but the Southeast Asians are coming into my comments, hundreds of thousands of comments, by the way, saying, protect this man. He's in danger. They're going to kill him. Like, yeah. He will not be allowed on Korean soil ever again. Like I am like they're making me out to be persona non grata because I stood up for them. By the way,
Wow.
I'm not choosing sides here. What's right is right and wrong is wrong. It's
Sure.
not about like, oh, fuck Korea. Like, if Korea had a stance that I could stand behind, I'm there, honey.
For sure.
Trust me. Please let me back you up. I want to.
I mean, even sort of like not perfectly moral. I'm willing.
I'll grade you on a curve
I mean,
because we're blood, but you're really making it hard.
so it's like they're doubling down on the racism, like
Correct.
100%.
Correct.
Because what's so bizarre is that inside of modern Korean culture, there is a sort of like, because ultimate, if I'm going to be honest, there's a sort of like American painted liberalism that's also becoming a part of Korean culture.
Mm.
Like there's this like I basic baked in like because we are sophisticated and we've traveled the world, and because we are of a certain socioeconomic class, we actually are going to be liberal and
Liberal.
be accepting of, let's say, like gay people and do
Sure.
X and like
Sure.
not, you
Sure.
know what I mean? Like all
Yeah.
this sort of like sort of largesse
Like we go to
culture.
Itaewon and club.
Like I'm okay with
Yeah.
this. And like, of course, like if he wants to do X, Y, Z, like who are we to say? We can't judge.
No.
And
Oh, have you
so,
even tried shawarma? 샤워마 먹어봤어? 괜찮은데 맛?
yeah.
맛 괜찮어.
Yeah. Like truly this sort of like idea of like where the idea of being multiculti is a part of what it is to be socioeconomically high
High
class,
class. Yes. Yes.
right? Because we've
Well
traveled,
read.
we know
Well
well
educated.
read,
Yes.
right? I have friends that are Malaysian. Some of
Okay.
my best friends are Malaysian. You don't know
Most
any Malay?
people think you are Malaysian.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean that I don't know. That's just like not maybe not been my sort of suburb, my
Mhm.
immigrant milieu. But
Mhm.
yeah, for sure. No one ever thinks about their first thought is never like, oh, Korean.
Korean.
Like,
No.
yeah. No. They're always like, what kind of Korean mom will let her daughter be this tan? Gross.
Right. You should be inside playing the cello.
But so there it's funny that in light of even that they couldn't stop themselves.
No. And I think the
And it was
folks
engendered by like this dude getting kicked out for doing something wrong.
exactly. That's the point. But it was that entitlement of like, I'm Korean, you
Hmm.
fuckers. This is my shit. You should be so. I think his take was, you should be lucky that we even give this to you, our culture to you. Yeah. You fucking backward jungle fucks. It's very that
Wow.
Ali Wong thing of like fancy Asians versus jungle Asians. I mean, she talked
Correct.
about it 10 years ago.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we've
Because it's
we've
always been a
known
part of
that.
this. Yes.
It's
Yes.
always been that, like
Hmm.
Korea. And also, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Korea has been gentrifying the Philippines and
Yes.
Vietnam. And all these Southeast Asian countries, because the Korean won is strong there, and they're setting up hotels and districts like K towns, and they're
Hmm.
only serving Koreans and whites. So it's very
Wow.
much like separate drinking fountain situation, but in
Sure.
they're in a different country.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, feels like something that Korean people may have experienced maybe during the 20s and 30s and 40s. Like
From the Japanese.
during the Japanese. It's
Yeah.
just, it's not that like,
It's very like, oh, we were oppressed, so we're going to carry around this. Someone said this very aptly. This was not me, but another Asian creator said, um, Korea is the white woman of the world
hmm, hmm.
because they wear their oppression as a badge
Yes.
and use that as a way to not listen to anyone else and continuously oppress others.
I mean, you were just in this sort of like internet scuffle with the Wasian like grocery store thing
H Mart thing, yeah, which
where
is
it is.
a Asian American issue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's the same sort of like white womanness where it's like my oppression,
Hmm.
our sort of seeming like our seeming sort of like miss what is the word I'm thinking of? But like when you get
Mistreatment.
mistreatment and like put into like the sort of like small like this is very specific and this is my pain, you can understand it, and all these other races being like, yeah, we get it.
Yeah, we've been getting it, huh? Like all the other races are looking at Korea, being like, "You have it the least.
Yes.
You have it the
Yes.
least, white woman. Like, what are you saying?"
Hmm, hmm.
So, it, it's it's not a great time to be. It's not a great time on the internet to cape for Korea.
Right. I mean, you really can't with this. It's truly
It's
like
so
just,
hard. It's
I mean,
hard, and I want I want to
oh, you would love to.
give me a chance.
But I mean, it's ultimately, I think that
Oh, I got
people
one
that,
more thing to say. Sorry.
yeah, go for
Most
it.
of the comments, that Korean negative comments, are like
Yeah,
이 못생긴 게, 이 뚱뚱한 새끼. Like they're all the things are about the way I look.
for sure. Of course.
It's That's all they have. And
Yeah.
that's how they attack each other, Koreans
Hmm.
do. And that's how they keep each other in check. It's like, you fat tan bitch. Why are you even talking? And you know what's so funny is that the Southeast Asians are coming to my rescue and saying, "You're not fat, you're chubby, you're adorable, you're cute. We love that kind of face, blah, blah." And
Hmm,
they're
hmm.
all like coming to like, it really feels like the type of validation that I would have never gotten from my own family, from my own people, clearly,
Yeah.
because they hate them the way they look, and people who you know what they say, like the biggest haters are the people who hate themselves. And it's so true.
I mean, absolutely. I think that like we've talked about it and touched upon it inside of this pod quite often, especially when it was Ajima
Mhm.
show about how self-hating the culture is because of the way that we were colonized by not only Japan, but then America and it's the same sort of way. But the way we've decided to quote unquote heal is something that is actually corrupting us from the inside out and is now passing down this trauma generationally. And the most fucked up part of it is that it's just not just emotions, though. The way that the Koreans, like, if you want to say that this is sort of like a good spin on it, is that like we've corporatized our trauma. We've
Mhm.
turned it and capitalized it, and we're turning it into a money-making proposition, right? You don't feel good about yourself? How about we give you XYZ that you can purchase in order
And
to
fix.
advance
Mhm.
and fix, right? Thank God we have the resources to do that. Have you
Mhm.
heard? We're doing great.
Right.
We're doing so good that we can fix our ugly faces and personality. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like,
And
you know,
our
it's,
crazy Korean accent, so we sound more American.
I mean, and it is sort of like that residual pain of it, right? There is this sort of other idea inside of Korean culture, again, in this sort of like overarching, like sort of like higher echelon socioeconomic class stuff where it's like we need to rid ourselves of these Western ideas that they're dangerous, right? We need to embrace our own internal beauty, our take off these shackles of Western beauty standards, learn to embrace our own faces, our own bodies, and our language again. You know,
Hmm.
because even the way that the Korean language has been
Changed,
changed,
shifting. Yeah,
it is a lot, the incorporation of a ton of American words, like not
correct.
English, but American words.
Yeah, it's like slangy words, and then like they always like chop it up to be like cute. It's like the
Hmm.
first syllable of each
It's the
whatever.
cockneyed, yes, yes, yeah, yeah.
It's fascinating. And here's what on the in the like uh, you know time of patriarchy and masculine power, corrupt masculine power being questioned and really being a spotlight on it right now from like an American point of view, Trump, Epstein files, etc. I really have to go back to Korea and question a couple of things about the Korean culture. And they always say like the real like freedom is to be able to point out things and satirize things that and point to a power structure that you feel can either break or change because you call it out, right? That's what real freedom is. Korean power structure is so deliberately um, geared towards favoring men and elders, right? Or
Yes.
elder men.
Hmm.
And how we, like the general we, must kowtow to them by acting infantile. The way
Right.
like we go like egyo
Aegyo, yeah, yeah.
to like curry favor with a man. You never do egyo for a woman. You're
That
always
would be
doing egg
so gross.
crazy, right? Like what? Imagine like you being like, man,
Ah, 시끄러워. Ah,
잘
으아,
잤어요?
으아.
Like, yeah. But it's expected that you act like a baby
Yes.
towards an adult man because that's what they want from you, right? Aegyo
Yes.
alone is so crazy to me that like, and the way like Korean women will speak. 안녕하세요. 예. 이거
Sunang is
저거
like Sunangi, like that being such a high attractive quality in a woman.
insane to me.
Like, how would you translate Sunan like
Pedophilia.
no, but
It's
like Sunan, like that like Sunadago like 그는,
virginal and like
yeah, right? Is that the word? It's like
innocence,
Venus,
virginal,
yeah,
untouched.
like
That's
that.
that's
That is
all
like
baby
actuals,
stuff.
but that's literally a
Even our eyes, like when you do Sangapur, it's to make your eyes like big and round like a baby. It's
yes.
like, like it's really weird. And the way like Korean couples are, you are expected to call your male partner oppa.
Oppa.
오빠, 오빠
Ugh.
갔다 왔어?
Ugh.
나 이뻐? Right? Like,
Uh,
it's very much like keeping the woman infantile and calling your partner older brother,
hmm.
right? Not literally older brother, but like in the patriarchal society, you're saying that you are older, you have status, you are higher than me, and I am baby than you. I just don't know. I'm a little child. Like, it's fucking crazy, man. And
I mean, I guess the way to explain it is like it is sort of like the Korean equivalent of calling your significant
daddy,
other daddy. Yeah.
yeah, it's weird.
It's really weird. I
But
mean,
we
like,
don't go like it when we say daddy, like it's specifically sexual.
yes.
Korea, it is not.
But also it's sexual, but also there's this idea that if you're saying daddy in that context is usually um in America, anyways, if you're doing it outside of the bedroom, let's say, there it's usually tied to the sugar daddy,
Correct.
sugar
Sugar
baby
baby, a
relationship.
clear power dynamic.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
bringing youth and nobility, and you're
Hmm.
bringing money and status,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So that's pretty much the entire world. It's not specific to Korea and America, but the way in our language, it's coded into our language, this expectation of being young, innocent, virginal baby is attractive.
Yes, it's the attraction because there's even a part of it where,
Help!
dude, I remember explaining like talking to some Korean dudes about it once where it's considered like it's a part of the the male's evaluation of a woman's attractiveness, right?
Correct.
She may not be tall or she may not be XYZ or not stereotypically attractive, but 애교 많다.
Mhm.
순한, you know what I mean? She's got a lot of cuteness. She's like got this ability to, there's no
Throw you
equivalent.
off by making you believe she's a child.
Yes, but there's like this idea where that is this own category of
Uh,
attractiveness
yes,
that doesn't exist where there's no American man that's like, she's all right, but she's so childlike.
there are plenty of American men like that. Clearly, these files are
Right.
saying that there are a lot. Les
Yes.
Wexner,
Sir. No, I mean, like, it's that.
Victoria's Secret. Yeah, the secret is pedophilia.
That's the sauce. Um, but like, I do think that, but I mean, less like it's a part of like an average dude's
Correct.
assessment.
Correct. Correct. And that's even worse to me. That's
Yes.
even
Yeah.
worse to me.
Because it's baked into like
The
their understand.
culture.
Yes. An understanding of what is attractive, like sexually to them,
And
is
if you are
that.
not attracted to them, then there's something wrong with you. Like if
Correct.
you like a girl that's not aegyo and like more tough and broad and like whatever, then something you might be gay.
Yeah.
Because what do you mean you don't like?
Or you were like educated in America in some way. Like there's some part of you that is not inherently super Korean. I mean, that's because there is a part of it where I will say that my tough, like my toughness or my unwillingness, like I can't make my voice soft like that.
Same. You and I have the same disease where we are. If we lived in Korea, trigger warning. I don't know if we would have made it
Yeah.
because neither of us are willing to change. Clearly,
I don't
and
know if my voice could do that. Like I just have,
not
you
after
know,
that
like
many cigarettes.
yeah. You know what I mean? Like I
They
just
needed to
don't
have stopped you at 12.
yeah. Like I literally I don't know if my voice could I don't know if it ever could. Also like just
It
like
can't reach that register.
and truly and
Can you
I
try? Can you
also
give us like one little like? Imagine I'm like your oppa. Nope. Nope. Ill. Ill. No. Ill.
I'm a
No.
goat.
No.
I'm goat. I mean like
No. You got
truly
that deep gravel voice that people are like, no, she
mm,
needs to be a comedian.
yeah, no,
We
they're
can't
like
take her seriously.
they could tell 100 right away that I'm Gyopo, like just from the
Correct.
tenor of even if I was saying everything perfectly in Korean, it is
Correct.
just the way. And it is this, and we've talked about this, that I am even vocally, I think neither of us are willing to genuflect,
No. No. I don't.
you know?
I am. I do not agree with it. I so disagree with it that I am adamantly against genuflecting or even accepting that that is my culture.
Right.
Like I won't do it. You know, like, and that's why I probably, I would have a hard time in Korea. I have a hard time here with.
I mean, it's just kind of like maybe it's just a personality thing. I'm just having a tough time in general,
Let me tell you. So this Hyung,
regardless of culture.
yeah, this Hyung I used to know, or I do know. He's a 선배 from Michigan.
Hmm.
He saw me on Shrinking on Apple, and he was like, he texted me saying like, "Oh my god, I just saw you on Shrinking. I know it's been a while since I texted. Good job, blah blah blah." And my instinct was to be like, "Oh, thank you, Hyung."
Yeah, yeah.
right? Like, oh, 형 고마워요.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, "Ah, don't call him that. You're 44 years old. He's not your 형.
No.
He abused you with alcohol while you're in college.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't fall back into that, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh, thanks so much. Like, cool, thanks for reaching out. Or I just left it very chill. And then he goes like, "Oh, are you in LA?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I have to come see you, do your, see your show, blah blah." And I go, "Uh-huh, yeah." And he goes, "How come you don't do Kill Tony?" And I was like, "I need to go. I need to get the fuck out of here." I was like, first of all, they're in Austin. Secondly, I already did it." And he's like, "Oh, what episode? Let me look." I'm like, "No, no." He's like, "Oh, I hear people get famous after that. Maybe you could get famous." And I was like, "I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I need to
Bitch,
shove something in."
you
You
just
just
texted me about something you saw me on television.
Yeah, and now you're asking why I'm not good enough for Kill Tony?
Kill yourself. Kill yourself.
The way I got so triggered by that,
Oh, that's
because
hackles. That's hackles. Babe,
it
that's
brought me back
hackles.
to 2002 when he's like, Masha! And then we're chugging, and all of this really is coming back because of what's been going on this week, of this toxic culture that Koreans tend to blindly revisit and traumatize each other over and over again. It's
Mm-hmm.
so bad.
I mean, I will say this, like, there's some times when there's a certain reputation of because Koreans gonna say whatever they want to fuck they want to say about these Southeast Asians or whatever. Let's be real, Koreans. The Chinese and Japanese are saying that about us.
Hello?
Okay,
Been
okay,
we've been dogs.
let's be real here, okay? And the thing is, let's just as people that are, in a different socioeconomic situation at this point in our country's history, right? Let's take a look at our former haters, current haters. I don't think the Japanese Chinese are huge fans of us to this day,
No.
but they understand their lane. They understand the come up that our country has had, and they like are keeping it to themselves. They're
Yeah,
keeping that
because we let
racism.
America keep a base in our fucking country.
But it's also they're keeping it to themselves. They're doing it. You're doing that racism behind closed doors,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're
like
classy about it.
class.
Yes, yeah.
Like there's like certainly there's like an eyebrow raise sometimes when Korean people are being loud in a
Mm-hmm,
situation, being
mm-hmm,
like classic,
mm-hmm,
right? This classic spicy blooded Koreans,
mm-hmm,
that's the pepper talking in them,
mm-hmm.
that's but they just look at each other like this. They don't say anything. They're not going off. They're not saying crazy shit. That's not the time. This type of this is actually gonna be this is gonna cut, I think, the deepest. But this type of racism is actually declasse. This type of racism is actually you're showing your poor roots. You're
Yeah,
showing your blue collarness.
yeah.
That's just it's kind of embarrassing, honestly. You're
It,
not multi-culti. You don't
no,
have a diverse group of friends. You're not a college brochure.
no. It's feeling peasant. Yeah.
Oh, you're afraid of people encroaching upon your village because they look different than you?
Yeah. Ugh,
Oh, you don't have a passport? That's what this is giving.
honey, it's very base. Yeah.
Like that's to me where this type of tribalism, whenever it happens, like in this way, especially on the inside of the citizenry, which is historically and very famously savage. Like
Toxic.
the Korean netizens are just, I mean, famously toxic, bad. Like,
You know what they say in Korea when you get trolled? They call it
mm-mm.
댓글, like tackle.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, 댓글 들어왔어? As in, like, it's like a soccer move when you get like 댓글 is like
Uh-huh.
when a soccer player, like, comes at you.
Oh, like when you swipe, like you sweep
Yeah.
the, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
sweep the leg. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's what a 댓글 is. And they call it that as in like in a way to like lessen the emotional weight of it.
Sure.
And it's so fucking weird. And it's so like expected.
Right.
Like, oh, what? They're trolls. What? We're supposed to have them. It's the internet. It's kind of like when like 10 years ago we talked about this almost, where Korea was having a problem with like putting cameras in like changing rooms and bathrooms and
Right.
shit, and like upskirt movie, and Koreans were like, "Oh, what? Like you're a woman. Like that's part of being a woman. Like you should be encroached upon like that." And it's very similar to that. It's like there's no like acceptance of this is bad, right? So should we change it? It's like, no, this is bad and get used to it.
Right. Like it's you're a victim. Why are you complaining about being a victim? You
Go
know
hurt
what it
someone
is.
else. Yeah.
Like it's not, it's like what do you expect? You're a victim. Like you're
Yeah.
complaining about it? Like, honey, you don't, you're not reading your shirt. We've got the sign on.
Yeah.
It's
You have a badge. It
it
says
says
victim.
victim.
Yeah. Not
I
Victor.
mean I mean it's there's something very like that is, I think, a little bit sort of inside of like just in general Asian culture where it's like this whatever it's like sort of like Confucian and stuff like that. This is like your place. There's like a part of it that's comes a kind of wisdom that comes from a culture that is very old, right? Like
Mhm.
this is what it is, and this is what you must accept it, and don't create a lot of anguish within yourself, like kind of
Mhm.
like dwelling on the injustice of it, right? There's like a part of that that's comes from a wisdom that is centuries and centuries old. But in this context, right, it is a jail of our own design. Like it is a modern fucking hell that we've now resigned ourselves to for no reason.
There
Like
is no reason for it.
we've applied the centuries old like wisdom that is comes from real suffering and the wisdom of sages and within our culture, and we've applied it to a situation. This, you know what I mean? This is a mall. It's a parking lot. Let's leave. Like we don't need to do this.
It's really upsetting. And I really,
I can't believe the double down, dude. That's so insane.
that's what they do though. That's what like toxic people do is double down and be like, "Oh no, we've been bullied. We're the ones who had Did you hear about comfort women?" It's just like, what the
What?
fuck? What does that have to do with
That's
anything?
that is such a man. This is a Wendy's moment. Come on. Like,
Honey,
what are
come
you talking
on.
about?
Shut up.
Like, I mean, and also if you want to do the trauma Olympics here, right? Because it is the Olympic season. Like, if
Right.
you want to do that, like,
We can do
like
it.
we could do it. But also, this is you're talking to people from Southeast Asia. You're gonna tell people from Laos.
From
You're telling
Cambodia,
Cambodia?
Indonesia,
Like,
multiple colonizers, not just one, multiple and recent.
I mean, that's why they got a baguette.
Yeah.
You know,
Vietnam? Come
they,
on.
come on.
We're still crying
That's
French tears.
and they've given, and you know what? They took those lemons, they took those sour baguettes and turned it into the most delicious sandwich
Mhm.
I think maybe in the world. International, the banh mi to
I
me,
would agree. Yeah. It's got
yeah,
everything you need.
it's got everything in it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just say what, like, that's they understand the crunch, the crisp, the
Correct.
savor, the umami of it all. Like, come on. That's
Yes.
what they did. That's what they did with their colonial tears.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Bundig Bundigige? Like what is it? What
Who did she get?
like come on. Come on.
Come on, do more than a fucking stew,
Like
bitch.
I mean like come on me?
Yeah.
Bundigige? Like to
Yeah.
me,
No, come on.
come on.
No.
Like there's nothing wrong with simply like acknowledging when you're beat. That's
Honey, that's the biggest thing on the internet right now is that Koreans are getting cooked,
mm-hmm.
and it is embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
It is so embarrassing because what you're coming back with, your like rebuttal, is just ignorance. And that's just I want to hide. You know, like
Yes.
I want to change my last name. Like, oh, talk about cringe. Like, oh my God, your rebuttal is racism. Like, what? Name
It's
calling.
it's spam compared to an
You're
elegant banh mi.
right. And you're calling you're calling their face dark and less worthy while you don't even have your face.
Mm-mm.
So like the mental gymnastics of that is so wild. It's like how trapped are you inside your fucking toxic system that you're ignorantly hating on someone's skin while completely changing your skin? Like what? What are you saying? Basically, you're saying like, oh, you're Malaysian, you're bad because you have dark skin, but if you use our Korean products and lighten your skin, then maybe you can be pretty.
I mean,
And what does that have to do with anything? What does pretty have to do with anything? Why is that your ultimate thing
because
to be
they've,
attractive to men's eyes?
but there is something about where the judo of it all, where they've taken the mechanisms of which they have been, that Koreans
Objectified,
objectified and oppressed,
oppressed.
right? We are not enough in this way. They've somehow judoed that into making money and now making others feel that way.
Right.
Right. This is what that's a part of this cultural wave that they're exporting, right? The K beauty of it all is the same thing
Crazy.
because the cultural policy is an economic policy
Yeah.
ultimately, right?
Yeah.
And the way that we're trapping these people is through capitalism, right? You
Mm-hmm.
must purchase your
To
way towards.
divide, to make yourself feel bad, to say you're not good enough, to trick you into saying that you, as a person, was born bad. And guess who else does that? Christianity. You
Another big
know,
export. Yeah.
you know what I in my research, what I found that
What were you researching?
why Koreans are behaving like this.
Oh, okay.
I've been doing my research because I don't want to come on to Beyonce's internet acting a fool.
That's true.
So I went and read Korean Peninsula and the Korean people have
Hmm.
been around for since 40,000 BC.
Correct. Is it? Okay.
And there's been a lot of like oppression and blah 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 being
Hmm.
stepped on by Mongolia and China, etc.
I mean, just as that peninsula, it's just we're prime.
We're prime. It's
Yeah.
it's the Strait of Gibraltar. Like
Yes.
yeah, we have to go through there, right? But Christianity wasn't really introduced into the peoples
Hmm.
until early 20th century,
Hmm.
maybe the 1800s, late 1800s at best, right, with the Jesuits. But as a like system of like really like having a foothold in the Korean imagination, it
Okay.
wasn't until Woodrow Wilson era, right?
Right.
So in my research, I found that most Christians in Korea
Hmm.
lived in North Korea or what they called Pyongyang at that point.
Yes. It's in
And
Pachinko, like that guy. Yes.
during the war,
Hmm.
all the Koreans were pushed out of North Korea
Hmm.
because they were like anti-religion. You will not put God before the state or whatever, right? So they all came down to South Korea, and it wasn't until the idea of like fighting against Japanese colonization, like
Hmm.
because that back then it was still Joseon,
Hmm.
that apparently Christianity was the first idea to really start looking at Korean nationalism as an opportunity to fight against Japanese occupation because they were trying to erase our language, our culture, blah, blah. And the Christian nationalism
Hmm.
is really what gave Korea the like spin to be like, oh, we have a right to be here. We are special. We are
A
chosen by God.
distinct people. Yes.
Correct.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it wasn't until Christianity took a foot because it was all Confucian Buddhism before that, or
Right.
atheism. Most of Korea is still atheist.
Hmm.
But it wasn't until Christian nationalism was presented as an idea that it started to really spread like wildfire during the Japanese occupation.
In this time of great oppression, which is what they were
Correct.
capitalizing on. Yes.
Correct. And that really makes sense. And
Yes.
why any type of nationalism comes from this idea of victim.
Because it provides light,
Mhm.
spiritual,
Hope.
psychic light.
Mhm.
Yes. In a time when, if you do not, right, if you are Confucian, if you are a peasant person that believes in spirits of the tree and XYZ, right, you simply, sort of like what we were saying, where like there's this idea that you accept what is,
Mhm.
right? This is a part of how you survive. You don't have this sort of anxiety, this like nervous,
Yeah.
very Western ideas, this anxiety, right? So, because otherwise, generally, all things in kind of Confucianism are going towards balance,
Mhm.
figuring out how to get over and one with
The
or
flow.
flow and
Yeah.
calm, right?
Mhm.
All things are going towards that versus the sort of angsty, anxiety-ridden nationalism and Christianity.
And it comes
Yeah,
from this idea of Christ, which is
he who suffers.
yes, and he died because we were dirty,
Correct.
right? So there is this inherent narrative shift of like you were unworthy, but there is hope to become worthy. You
Because there
are a
is a path
sinner,
because there's
path
a
to
path
salvation.
towards to salvation. That's right.
Correct.
There are
And
things to do, concrete steps. There is a
correct.
ladder that you can, there are,
As an
whether it's
individual,
correct.
not as a collective, as an
No.
individual, you are a sinner. And if you accept Christ, then you can become saved, right? So
Hmm.
that really is a brand new idea for people that have been Confucian for thousands of years, and that
Yes.
has now morphed into this very weird, unfettered, capitalistic, class divide, me generation. Like,
It's
fuck.
Hillsong. It's Hillsong. It's mega church, right? It's not because it'd be one thing if it was Jesuit. Like to me, there's a part of Catholicism that because service is so integral to the path towards salvation, that it is a part of it that is more inherently Confucian, right? Because these acts of service, and especially in service to others, that is so integral to the idea of Catholicism, service, right? Whereas this type of Killsong Christianity, this is all about
Self. Personal
self,
salvation.
personal salvation.
Correct.
That is the most American version of Christianity,
Correct.
that is the most blonde, blue-eyed
Correct.
Jesus, Jesus available on
And I'm
shelves
gonna
right
say
now.
one thing that might finally cancel me
Ooh,
is
finally.
yes, is that
I'm nervous now.
well, let me start with a question. You are you're versed in history.
Sure.
Why was America founded?
Oh, like as a what? It's inside of the
Like,
rebellion, like the before the revolution, or are you talking about
yeah,
as like a
pre-American
colony?
Revolution. Colony.
Colony and like kind of like the unrest that was happening.
Yes, yes. Like, why did we leave UK?
Well, there was sort of like a long haul up to it. Strangely enough, I've just been researching this.
Tell me.
But so there was a couple of other rebellions, like even during like I'm talking Jamestown era,
Mhm,
1600s colonies.
mhm, mhm.
There are things like popping up like that. But there was a series of draconian tax laws that were passed that were levied against the colonists in order to pay for the war that the English had just helped us fight.
Even before that, the taxation without representation. Even before that, like, why did anyone leave Europe?
Oh, because it was most of the people that came over because of religious persecution.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's what I was taught.
Hmm.
And I believe that's true.
For some pockets, yeah. But a lot of it was economic
But
possibility. Yeah.
I do think now
Hmm.
that that religious persecution was about this thing, this American self-serving personal relationship with God, Protestantism,
Hmm.
that I always thought like, oh, of course I should have a personal relationship with God. Why would I have to go through uh, a priest to, you know, absolve my sins, right?
Or sure, or like the church itself. Yeah.
The church itself. And a lot of it is power dynamics and
Hmm.
politics and whatever. But I do see why they were worried about this. And by they, I mean Roman Catholics or Anglican Church or whatever was in power then. Because once you start enabling self determination, you there's only one way that ends up, which is unfettered greed. Like you stop thinking about yourself as part of a whole
Sure.
and as alone.
Hmm.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of reason why Chinese Communist Party same attitude towards Christianity. Not huge fans,
Or any
right?
religions really. But
Yeah.
yeah. Or any communist part or like whatever, like Russia and whatever, you know, like North Korea, they don't like religion because it gives you too much hope.
Agency. Yeah.
Correct. So now we're seeing this through the Korean colonization, if you will,
Hmm.
of the peninsula from America. We're seeing this like the tail end of that journey of like what it's really become without many guardrails.
Right. So regulation is sort of important.
Correct. Just a quorum and
Yeah,
rules.
just some
Just a governing body would be nice. You know,
because
like
because ultimately, dude, that's yes, the self-determination, self-reliance, this idea that we are have agency and should be able to determine our own future, right? Is absolutely true. But ultimately, the thing that makes a country, and specifically, I would say in this era of America, interesting and I think maybe novel in the fact that as a country that was formed out of revolution, right? What made it novel is that we did not have these like power hungry, hot-headed like heads of state because of Washington. Because typically, when a revolution occurs and someone takes on power, they don't give it up because
no.
of what you're describing, right? They are like, okay, I won. And as the winner,
Now I want it all.
I
Now I
want it
am.
all.
I know we said no kings, but actually I'm going to be the first emperor.
Yes. And I'm actually going to be I'm still calling myself president, but then
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually be president for X amount.
Right.
But because Washington was able to show this type of restraint,
Mm-hmm.
and not only that, but he was not like he liked money. Washington liked
He
money.
didn't want to rule.
He did not want to rule. He was not
He
this
was a good general.
egomaniac. Yes, he
Yeah.
was not an egomaniac in that way, right? And which is kind of crazy given how tall he was compared to everybody else during this era. Like this is a man that was like
Yeah.
6'1" in the time of the ranch home, right?
Maybe it was the
And
teeth that kept him humble.
we hope.
Yeah.
We hope something needs to, right?
Right.
But
That
because of
haircut.
that, oh my God, yes. He was also supposed to maybe have been a little crazy because of anyway, so maybe he had syphilis or something.
Syphilis.
But
Yeah, I heard
yeah.
that. Mm-hmm.
So because of this restraint, and it was in this idea that in service to the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
That instead of the self, now we are serving the country itself,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's what I think at the root of it, right? Whenever this country has gone towards that, like during the Civil War, for example, when people are like, well, no, I'm going to do this. And actually, like, we had this, like, incredibly strange and wise president in Lincoln that was like, but no, you know, like that we should, it, many will die, but it
Mm-hmm.
is for this idea. And now we're going to put this, like, quell this idea that like it is for the self, but rather for the whole, for the
Mm-hmm.
country,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it is unusual. Like when you think about other countries that are formed out of revolution, this is that we have had
Well,
relative
we
stability in this way. It is very unusual.
very unusual. That's why I think it's worth fighting for because
Yeah,
it is unusual, right?
correct.
And
Even
anyway,
though we all have all the same sins, we all have all these other ailments, and the original sin of this country is absolutely the way that we treated the indigenous people and slavery, obviously, right?
mhm,
Every country in this world has that. A
correct,
version of this original
correct.
sin that like is forged.
Mhm.
And there is this part of it where, at least with Korea, the way that Korea thinks that because the original sin was brought on unto us, right? That like the country needed to be formed
Correct.
because of
We don't
this.
have enough self awareness. Okay. It also in my research, Korea, I think, might be the, have the Guinness World Record of the longest unbroken chain of slavery.
Mhm.
1,400 years of slavery.
Is it even more than current? I mean, are we counting Qatar and like current UAE states?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how long. Well, as in, like, the power didn't shift, meaning
Okay,
from Shilla dynasty till like the end of Koryo, like there was one ruling class
so
for
very stable
1,400
time.
years.
Yes, very stable
Correct.
time. Yes,
So the slavery stayed the same.
correct.
And we enslaved ourselves, which is
Right.
just, you know,
But that's how it usually is.
yeah,
That's
of
how it goes.
course.
Yeah.
But, but the thing is, like, the idea of like a long ruling class and then a lower class that just like, that's my lot in life, that was the norm for a very
Yes.
long time. And then to introduce these like Christian nationalist ideals during occupation and American capitalism and democracy, it's like we can't really kick off this idea of you belong here, I belong here, at the same time trying to accept this kind of like liberalism. It's
Hmm.
really breaking us from the inside.
I I think I've said this before, but I do think that the Korean culture, very specifically, is a very interesting case study in the effects, like the psychotic inducing effects of unfettered capitalism
Mm-hmm.
alongside colonialism.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is,
Yeah.
right? This sort of because it is at the way that the country has sped forward is at a breakneck, manic speed.
Unseen historically.
And like and it's so much driven by this need to prove something
Mm-hmm.
to Japan, to China. It's just like because it was almost like we got caught with our pants down. We were like so embarrassed, and now we're trying to convince everybody like actually we
We're the
all should wear
best.
our
Yeah. Yeah,
actually
exactly.
everyone's wearing their pants on around their ankles. Kind of crazy you're not doing that. You know,
And
like
here's
it's
the, yeah, for sure. And the thing about Korea, and as a final statement, is all of that objectively is astounding to look at just from a
yes.
30,000 foot view. Being of Korean descent and a Korean American, I need us to be better.
Well, I mean, I think Yopo have a very particularly li-
Strange.
yes, and we have like a I think we have a very unique and like we are able to see the culture more accurately
Mhm.
than if we
Those
were
inside
Korean,
of it,
correct,
correct.
right? Because
I believe so.
we know the shape and size of it. We understand sort of a
Hmm.
lot of the mitigating factors inside
Hmm.
that work inside of it. But because we live outside, we can see it.
Hmm. And we're not just living outside, we're living inside your colonizer's home.
And
So
because we live
we have a
here,
completely opposite lived experience.
and because we live here, and in the kind of culture that we do here, as the being in the oppressed country.
Class.
Oh
Hmm.
yes, and then in the oppressor's country, like
Hmm.
we are also allowed to criticize and be have agency inside of this. So we can criticize and look critically and come for
Mm-hmm.
all the things that inside of this country know are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And
Inside of the home country. And I think
absolutely.
why we have that privilege is because we are the ones that can actually shift something.
Yes.
Because we have that unique point of view. I'm sure people in Korea have that point of view and they hate it too. But being outside of the country
But
and
they have
not
to still live in that culture, right? They still need to
correct.
have egyo. They still need to play
I'm
that
gonna
game. You know what's funny is that this we say this, and you know
uh-huh.
my cousin, she's my female cousin, vibe for the two of us, very similar.
Okay.
Okay. She also cannot do this Ikkyo. It is something in our
Oh.
voice. Literally can't like just
You weren't made
absolutely
for
can't,
it.
couldn't absolutely just can't with that. Like it just like cannot.
No.
And she works inside of construction. She's the boss.
Okay, great. I love that.
I
That's
mean, she got her
amazing.
master's degree in fucking like in this very male dominated.
Cool.
So can you imagine like
No.
애교없고 like 순한 like she
Tough and
is
yeah.
yes.
No, no,
Like,
no.
I mean, it is something. Suna, like, I will say there's something about the Sunanga. Like, she does have more of that just because she lives there and she knows better. Because she wants to live, and thrive. So,
Yeah, you have to code switch.
but it is something there very
Yeah.
specifically. So there are people there that are understanding and see, especially because she also lived in Australia. This is
Mm,
my cousin that like traveled, backpacked through India by herself multiple
mm.
times, right?
Okay.
So she's seen the world like in a
Yeah.
real way and experienced it as a woman on her own internationally
Yeah.
because she
Yeah.
needed to be away from it,
Yeah.
right? So
She had to figure out who she was within the whole system.
because there was never going to be allowed to happen in there.
No.
So I do think that there are people there that absolutely understand it, but these are blips inside of,
The minorities of the minorities of the minority.
yeah. So, I mean, I can't imagine how lonely that must
I
feel.
know, right?
Yeah.
Koreans in Korea who feel like this, or Korean Americans, you'll put anyone, if you, we'd love to hear from you because I'm feeling so frustrated by what's going on right now. And it's feeling like really sad. And I want to know if you're Korean in Paris, how are you doing? If you're Korean in Angola, what the fuck are you about? Like, just reach
Mhm.
out to us and let us know because you're not alone. We're all in this together.
Surely. I mean,
Yeah.
also to have this follow a moment inside of the culture where there was this banding together, impeachment, like all this stuff, like sort of like awareness around what it is to be Korean, and
Mhm.
for it to be followed by this,
I know. It's really sad.
embarrassing.
It's really embarrassing. I'm like,
Very embarrassing.
let's do
Like,
better. Let's do better. Taraja, aja. All right. Talk to you next time. Bye.
bye.